can integrate science in the cultural conversations of the city. And that is also an experiment that we are trying today when we are discussing grassroots innovations at a forum like HLF. And the key question that our key speaker today for this session really has is, why should a LitFest be interested in grassroots innovations? There are, of course, specialized spaces that discuss these. But HLF, we think, is a space where ideas are discussed, and that is what we are really looking forward to in the conversation today. Leading the conversation today will be Meraj Faheem, who is the Innovation Fellow and the CEO of Telangana Innovation Cell. He himself has mentored a lot of other startups. He has built startups himself, and of different kinds that train people in tangible skills like coding, ranging to building futuristic products and solutions. So we have Meraj, who will be leading the conversation with Brigadier Ganesham, and I invite both of them on stage. And I hope that this session will urge us all to think about what innovations really mean for us. What do they do for society? Does society shape innovations or the other way around? And are we really supporting all kinds of innovations equally? Thank you.
HLF, Somrata and Teja very specifically for having us and facilitating this conversation, which we very passionately believe is very important, and we are hoping that we will be able to give you an intro into the life of grassroots innovators, and why is it a topic of importance and worth. So thank you so much. Before we go ahead, I'll introduce Brigadier Ganesham sir. He needs no introduction, but I'll still do that. Among many other distinctions that he holds, he's also on the board of Telangana Innovation Cell. He's the founder and president of Srujana, that has facilitated hundreds of innovations and innovators across the state. Srujana organizes something called Shodha Yatras, that actually are Pad Yatras, and they take you around villages, identifying and scouting for problems and facilitating solution development. He has served Indian Army for a really long time, more than 3 decades, I believe. And he's been an innovator there as well. He created something called Windy for the Indian Army, which was also the first Indian Army patent, if I'm right. So thank you so much for obliging to be with us, and thank you so much again, Somrata and Teja, for facilitating this. So before we get started into the crux of the conversation, I would want you to take a minute and introduce us to the concept of grassroots innovation. Who are grassroots innovators, and maybe if you can take us into the lives of grassroots innovators.
Thank you, HLF. Thank you. What's the name?
Somrata and Teja.
So the society is divided into two parts: formal system and informal system. Whether we like it or not, it is there. Informal system is there on the ground in the villages. They have no idea about the details of their rights and the facilities and whatnot. All those formal system implications are not known to them, and they have no time to go there and tell them. So there is a vertical. People are going vertically with a lots of inequity spreading. So when formal system, which is blessed, which also has the support of system, the government, they are less sensitive to the informal people. They do not understand the problems of the people. They do not spend money equally on the poor and rich, and there's a bias is prevalent. And also we know we have 80% above stay in the villages. In that case, the people in the villages, they get frustrated, they get helpless, they get angry. And when they get angry, they have one option is to become insurgents, you call Naxalites, and we kill them by spending 10,000 crores every year. And the second part is those who get angry, but they become innovators instead of insurgents. Actually, today we are talking about those people who got angry, want to do something, not depending on anybody, and solve their own problems with whatever they can do. We call them grassroots innovators. For example, when we think, how do they do it? We think village people have got, they know knowledge, they are marginal because their minds are marginal because they are in the margin. So that is economical margin. They are not same on the same other platform. So when you start respecting them, I think we'll find the strength in them. We were walking in Araku Valley in one of the yatras. A French reporter was walking with me and he was covering the yatra. So the sheep came in front of us, a herd of sheep, and this man saw them and said, "Brigadier, they all look same to me." Now I said, "No, it's not true because shepherd can recognize." But he was insisting that no, they all same, look at the eyes, look at that, other things. But shepherd came up some time, so I posed this question to shepherd in Telugu. And he smiled. You know, when do we smile? When you are comfortable. He was so comfortable in front of both of us, so-called, I was a brigadier and he was a French general. And he took a book from the hand of my friend, opened it, and showing the letters, he said, "They all look same to me." Now, his letter, his sheep, he knows, our letters we know, so who is bigger? Who is higher? I think that's the truth we hit when we talk to them. They are same all over. We must respect what talent they have, and they must respect what talent we have. Now, what do they exactly do? I give a few examples I'll give you. Ganesham, you heard about him. Ganesham reduced the pain of his mother by inventing a small technical machine, and not only his mother, but all the women of Pochampalli who were involved in this and not going to schools for last 3 century plus. They never went to school. But after Malaysian transformation, all the girls and women of Pochampalli are going to schools and they have become graduates, engineers, everything, because this machine came in 2000. And since then they could go, because the capacity of Pochampalli was linked to the number of women sit and make manual ASU, the pre-loom activity. The capacity constraint has been removed by Ganesham by making a machine for his mother. He wants to reduce her pain, and that have an amazing effect on society. Now the capacity constraint of industry is gone. You can have any number of machines, any number of hours. It was not so earlier. And the women were going to places, and the women's pain, which is regular pain, everyday pain, is no longer there in the Pochampalli. Pochampalli is not closed down because of Malaysian transformation. It's growing now, and they're making more machines. This is again grassroots innovation. The community developed not because of government, not because of CSR, not because of regulation. It's because of the innovation of one person to reduce the pain of his mother, and the community grabbed it with both the hands and leveraged it and became very good. Now there are 14 crorepattis they have, 500 people have lands, and all this because of Malaysian transformation, not because of the government. This is the kind of power. Then there's a boy who saw his mother bending and putting seeds. You have to bend, move the mud, and put seed and close it. Now, imagine the 10,000 seeds per acre is not easy to do it. And the time and the money, everything. So this boy said, "Why should my mother suffer?" Intermediate, he made a small device. Actually, I brought some videos, but I could not show because facility is not there. A small a rod, and you can put it down vertically, put a seed and bend it, then the seed comes up from the bottom. So without bending, the lady can, any number she can do that. Now, the pain of not only his mother, but all the women, farm labor who are doing it is gone, and the farmer saves 2,500 rupees per acre. Because he only uses one lady per day, but otherwise 5 ladies 2 days. And if this rod can do activity not 1 acre, it can do for 10 acres, 20 acres, it can do for 5 years, 10 years, and the cost of the rod not more than 200 rupees. Just imagine the financial contribution of this innocent looking innovation to the country recurringly, besides physiological and other emotional pains they have. Now that's a kind of a impact a small innocent looking GRA can do. Then we have for the planting of nursery. In standing you can do it beautifully. Put it there, put the seed, lift it up, and it stands. And that every activity of farming, my dear friends, from seeding to planting to spraying and harvesting, processing, every activity of farming, there are grassroots innovations for crop-wise. And how are they made? They are made with Samvedana. Samvedana is internalizing others' pain the way they feel. don't call empathy. Empathy is less expressive than Samvedana. I prefer you all use Samvedana. Now, when you take others' pain and do it, then you keep working till your internal pain goes away. The solution is much better in that case. That's one. And Samvedana comes from emotional energy. You have to be emotional about the people around you. If they're suffering, then only Samvedana is influences you. Then the volunteers is the second activity. But there is no mandate for them, there is no money for them, there is no project for them. They just do it. So the volunteerism comes from the spiritual energy perhaps, that they want to help people around. And the third thing is interconnectedness. They ensure that every innovation they make is fit in the interconnectedness of the particular situation. Like Panchabhuta don't work alone. The soil cannot work alone. It needs water, it needs heat, it needs everything all around, then only it works. But when we make it innovation, do we consider all that? We don't know Panchabhuta in our science and technology. But these people, because they are working there, they take it by default, they consider them and make the innovations so perfect for interconnectedness too. And then finally the diversity. Our country is diverse, 126 agri zones. And in each agri zone there are again innumerable number of varieties. How can customized nature, how can you make a standardized equipment? Nature is customized, technology standardized. There is a gap. But still we pursue that particular path which may not be the best happening. So these people, they make it for local problems, local solutions, local technologies, local resources, local customers. And it can be made or customized to the nearby easily because all made from local people. So not only provide a solution to a particular area, but when it goes horizontal to other contexts, that customization is easier and get the benefit best. All these are inbuilt into it. And that's the power of grassroots innovation. Then we have someone, Rajanna in Anantapur, he said he made a, for mastitis was swelling of the milk pod. Mastitis, he made external medicine which you apply externally for 2 days, this entire thing is gone. There is no, you do not give antibiotics for the cow for overcoming the mastitis. Antibiotics stay there. That how far they stay, what is the life in that, I think Dr. Bala knows better than anyone of us. But they stay back. But here, external application does it. What a healthy thing. And it's available anywhere. The lady in Visakhapatnam, she's a housemaker, and she found a way to preserve tomatoes for 25 days with a 0.01 shrinkage at room temperature. And what did she use? The vegetable leaves we use in for our eating, in our milk, extracts of all that she did it. So like this I can tell you amazing innovations done by grassroots innovations which are useful there, and if you horizontally take them to the 6.2 lakhs villages, I'm sure some of them will be useful as it is or with a customized way. This movement started in 1990 by Professor Anil K. Gupta. He was IMA professor and he started in 1990 in Gujarat, and since then he understood the power of grassroots innovation. Slowly he mobilized the masses, mobilized the country, mobilized the people, and made the Srishti, Gyan, and Honeyway Network, then NIF. A lot of work has been done. 3.5 lakh ideas have been collected from across the country. A lot of CSOs participated in it. But what happened is, it has not reached every corner after 34 years. It is not known to everybody. Even Hyderabad, so many people do not know. I, for one, feel that this knowledge is very significant and is existing. It's good for Atmanirbharata. It's a cheaper development method. We can discuss in detail if one wants to. All this in our own, the village is available without an investment. And what we need to do is a bit of re-engineering, a bit of support or hand-holding for dissemination, horizontal dissemination. Now if this can be done with the least expenditure, the indigenous knowledge which is available can be done and spread across the country, spread in the villages and take up in the system. Now this movement has not taken up, so we're wondering why it did not take up. So let's discuss how do we take this, the pace of the movement. Can it go faster? Can it go speedier to every part of the country, every village of the country, or every city of the country? That is the challenge we have. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. So I'll take a step back. You spoke about Malesham Garu's ASU machine that solved the problem for so many weavers and scaled up the whole uh, industry, which wasn't an industry before the invention of his creation. But I mean, we cannot have a conversation these days without dragging in AI. So I'll use a reference from AI. What people are talking about, AI is going to cause a lot of job loss. Do you think these machines have caused loss of jobs, considering the fact that it doesn't need so many people anymore? And how do you want us to look at it, especially all of us, all the youngsters, to look at it, and the interventions that are that we see on daily basis, that are happening on daily basis? Definitely they are going to be replaced by better and more automated things. So how do you want us to prepare for it? How do you want our mindset to shape to be better prepared for this?
Yeah, I didn't expect this question, but I'll try and answer it. If you have the sensitivity, means the formal system has sensitivity, Malaysian is not required to make a machine. You never saw the problem. You means me, including me. We never went and saw the problems of the people. Today they have problems. They can be solved by AI, you can solve by BI, CA, DA, or the oldest technology. But it has to be solved, my dear. You have no inclination to do it. Whole technology and solve problem is a wrong method. Identify the problem, understand the problem, then search for technology which is affordable by them, which is acceptable by them. How did Malaysian do? No, we learned from Grassroots innovations that description of the pain leads to problem definition. How did he do it? He asked his, what's the problem? My mother having a problem. What? She's a pain in the shoulder. Why did she get it? Because she moves her hand like this 9,000 times a day across 4 feet. He said, how to reduce the pain? Mother should not do it. Then who should do it? Technology should do it. What kind of technology? Father can buy, mother can use. That's the kind of approach you must have. If all these factors are put in, then the innovation is useful. AI cannot think all this because AI is made by people like you. If you already know sensitivity people have, how can you build sensitivity into AI? So I am not very sure about AI. It will take time. But at this point of time, kindly pay attention to the problems of people, 80% people. We have not done nothing for it. Head loads. Have you addressed head loads till today? There are 30% people still having head loads, carrying water on the head or whatever they carry. People, 20 crore people work in the open sun every day. They don't have dinner laughing with the family. What do you do with the 5 trillion if you don't have happiness in the family? So these problems exist. So I'm not scared of AI taking over unemployment. I think this is going to be put aside. But before that, forget about AI. Think about your people. Go there. Understand the problem. Observe the problem. Know the problem. Feel the problem and solve the problem. That's what it will done.
Yeah, Mr. Meraj, I have one clarification. You said that they are talking about innovation. No innovation will displace the employment. Innovation will create more time for you to do something else.
Absolutely. Well said. So my two primary takeaways is description of the problem leads to solution definition, and technology, or rather solution that father can buy and mother can use. I think if we can align our minds to that, we'll be doing more productive and less of cosmetic work that we get to see on daily basis. This leads us to the most important question, especially in this context. How do we draw parallels between literature and grassroots innovation, sir? And where do these cross the roads, and how do we take help from each of those and benefit both?
Yeah, honestly, it's a new field for me, but I thought it's an opportunity for us to brainstorm. I'm sure all of you can help us. We consider grassroots innovations, what is being done by NIF, Habib Network and Palestina-like organizations. It's a movement. It's a mass movement taking place because we voluntarily go into the villages, identify them, accepted by them, document their knowledge, then we, whatever the nurturing and whatever the re-engineering has to be done, then we'll get them connected to the formal system, get them awards, get them patents, get them business development, and society gets benefited over a period of time. And this is a movement going on because the government support is not there. NIF is doing, NIF is only a headquarters. They don't have tentacles down in the villages. Unless they are down there, how will they get the information? This is done by NGOs and volunteers like Palya Sudana. Now, 30 years now, 1990 I started. Its growth, its spread, and its impact, its effectiveness is not felt by many of Indians, especially the policymakers and those in the formal system. We are sitting there watching them involved in it. We feel that it has a much more impact than what we are saying. So how do we connect these two? How do we make this significant strength of the country to be factored into the overall developmental dialogues, overall developmental plans, overall collaborative various methods? So when we analyzed, we found that what is missing in our movement, grassroots innovation movement, is literary aspect. We have all the movements, my dear friends, without literature and support, they have not been successful. And I think that may be the reason we are slow, our pace is slow, our influence is slow. This is a great opportunity for us to seek the involvement of literature, people of working in literature. It can be song, it can be drama, it can be story, it can be anything. And writing about it in a professional way to influence minds of those who are in this part of this country is very, very important, profound factor. I think we have not been supported in this movement. So this is an opportunity for us to see if they can come in regularly, such forums, grassroots innovators, people like us who are working for them, and the government and the literature people sit down frequently, keep discussing, open to brainstorming discussions. Perhaps for a period of time, our movement will pick up at a faster pace and spreads across the country.
This reminds me, there was a conversation we were having after I took over, and we were wanting to come up with something called innovation anthem that will bind all the innovators and people who are wanting to be part of this movement, like you rightly said. So maybe we can take HLF's help and connect over it and see how do we do that, and take their help in spreading the word forward. Having said that, one thing that you think, for all of us, right? People who, although we have, with all the samvedana in our hearts, right? But we have no idea what to do. We have no idea how to come forward and contribute, with whatever little we know, with whatever little we have. What would you suggest or advise us, all the youngsters, especially in the audience, right? How do we make ourselves part of this movement? How do we, strengthen this movement and take it forward? How do we make this a long-living and a long-lasting movement?
Thank you for this question. Actually, villages are very simple. They live simple, they talk simple, and they breathe simple. And when you go there, they accept you so fast, as long as you behave, minimum behavior. And getting acceptance from the unknown is the most difficult aspect we are worried about. We are afraid, we are scared. Kaise baat karenge? Now that is our problem, not their problem. And it can come only when you face it. Go there and talk to them. When we go to the village, the lady is sitting there, she's doing some work. We say, can we talk to you? You have permission to talk to you? We ask her. The moment we ask her, she accepts us. Aye. Otherwise, you go straight and say, Injasturama, Cheppu, you ask like that, then the privacy is lost. If you respect them, my dear friends, they respect you much more than you expect them. And once that acceptance comes between you two, there is so much atmiyata, a conversation takes place where each shares with each other, because someone has come like you without a selfish interest, went to the village, talked to a lady, she thinks she's blessed. When will she get the opportunity? And she says, oh, somebody has come, we will talk. I'll give an example which I always give it. One of the volunteers, Omkar, in a village he was getting into a farmer's house, and the farmer was going to field. So he said, I came to talk to you. He said, I'm going to field, I have no time. That's what farmer said. Then Omkar said, okay, I'll wait till you come. Now what did farmer do? He turned back, and came and asked, "Kaun hai aap? Why have you come? What things?" And having understood that it's Pale Sudana is doing this, that, he said, "Come inside." And there was only one chair. So Omkar said, "Aap baito, aap guru hai, main shishya hu." He sat on the floor. They talked for 2 hours. Now, for this you don't need lot of education, lot of guidance from me. No, just do it, my dear friends. And once you go there, you see the problems, you see the happiness, you see the solutions. You see the harmony between nature and them. Everything what you want to see is available in truth and reality. Not concocted, not pretended. And once you know the reality there by personal observation, then your input to your decision making qualitatively improves. And thereby your decision making also qualitatively improves. So I request you all, please come to Chinneshwara Yatra. We do every 3 months, 3 days. Some of here people are there who have already done it. Yeah. So you come there, nothing will happen to you. We'll take care of you. As a brigadier, I took care of country. I take care of you. Security is my problem. Okay. Please come. And once you come there, you will realize how beautiful, how powerful, how they are in need. They have unmet needs. They have unmet needs. Nobody is addressing. If I ask you what the unmet needs of village, most of you are not very sure. But you will realize there. And when you come back, please address them whatever you saw it. That's all. That's what grassroots movement. And use them because they know what they want. When you give something, since they are the beneficiaries, ensure that they are part of the decision-making process of technology, cost, everything. If they are not part of it, you give what you want, they don't get what they want. The gap remains. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. And this is exactly the objective of my team. Yes, please.
Okay, please sit down. Yeah, okay. Thank you very much. Please visit pallesujana.org. Pallesujana.org. I'll leave my visiting cards also. Palle Sujana, one word. Palle Sujana. Palle is village, Sujana is creativity.
He'll share his card. I think that will.
One of the volunteers. Thank you, Esther. Right. So there we do on the website you find the program for 1 full year. It is every quarter and 1 full year. Any age can come in, any gender can come in. And it's a 3 kilometers, about 50 kilometers walk. But we take care of everything. They charge around 1,500, depending on the strength, sometimes less, more. More strength they charge less because for the actual logistics, they do it. And you can talk to me more and we'll discuss about it. All are welcome. And bring your friends too.
Amazing. Thank you so much for that one, sir. And what I was saying is this is exactly where me and my beautiful team of Telangana Innovation Cell comes into picture. We try to facilitate, these conversations. We try to facilitate and enable these movers and shakers without, and very respectfully, ensuring their rights are preserved, and not just preserved but advanced, in a way where they feel fearless in approaching and experimenting with their ideas and making it work, and trying to engage all the stakeholders of the ecosystem just to facilitate and push the country forward. And that's the whole idea. And I would also welcome everybody in the audience to
you see, there are innovations made by people. Some of them we discussed. There are so many. At least Pale Sudana got around 1,000, but about more than 100 in the market. Now, each innovation, grassroots innovation, my dear friends, please mark, it addresses one pain of the society. There is no innovation done without addressing a pain. There is no waste at all. There is no time to waste. So, it implies that all innovations needed by society in some degree or other. What are we doing about it? We don't even list them and spread them. We give them a shawl or a gift or something, honor. Leave it there. But there are thousands suffering. You have to ensure that these simple, appropriate, affordable, available, accessible innovations should be disseminated to the people, not marketed, disseminated to the people earliest possible before they struggle with their pains. Why aren't we doing that? Problem is there, solution is there by them. They have done your job. But even dissemination also, if we don't do it, what are we doing? What are targets for us? Reduce the pains of the people. If there is a Shida made by Ashok for women to do, or anybody, farm labor to do it, make 100 each in each village you give it. We have 12,000 villages. How much is that? 200 rupees per piece. They can make it themselves. Give anything, CSR or international funds or MCM funds, MPLAT fund, doesn't matter. But these small things, they don't need crores. This will be disseminated, and then we can say, in Telangana, there is nobody who seeds by bending. The seeding is done by. Isn't it a very pride statement to make? Every innovation is like that, my friends. I think your focus, don't make innovations at the start, as a starter, disseminate the innovations. And take pride that so many villages, so many people don't do this. Like Moda machine, handloom people use legs quite a long time. And every day about 6,000 times they have to use legs to pull the threads. And the load comes on the knees 25-35 kgs. Now sometimes the knees speak up and they don't do the weaving at all. Lost to them, lost to the nation, and they become unemployed. Now there is a machine made by a notable weaver, Moda Shiva. Now you, through a mechanical machine, you fit it, you attach to the pedals. This man has to only use the big thumb to press a small tab. The machine takes the load. Now, this should reach everybody because their productivity doubles. Because there's no pain at all and they can do as long as they are there. So 28 lakh looms in the country, we must do in mission mode, forget about 28 lakh. In Telangana, we have about 30,000 looms. Give it earliest possible so that their productivity doubles up. And if you want to make better than what Moda made, please make it. But still it reaches. That's the way the society should benefit from our knowledge, our innovation, our commitment, our passion, our hard work. Society has not done it, my dear friends, there is no point at all. So let's join hands and see whatever we can do for grassroots innovations. Come to Palli Sujanam, listen to us. When you have time to waste, please waste with Palli Sujanam. We will be able to tell you what we're doing it. Then decide what to do about it. And it doesn't take your time. It only takes your determination that if I want to do, you can always do. An hour a week is not a problem for anybody. And that's good enough, my dear friends. Good enough for helping people. Thank you.
And when you give that time to Palestina shapes your mindset, it shapes your thinking, it shapes your ability to do things for yourself and for the society. That is something that I have witnessed multiple times, and actually every time I have been at Palestina. Yes, sir. He's talking about innovators who have gotten awards.
Yeah, when we started in Palestina, was started in 2005. And initially people did not give me support, they did not laugh at me because I'm a brigadier and presidential awardee, so they did not laugh. But they never listened to me or anything. So we went alone and went on finding out, slowly one by one. Malaysian got a machine, beautiful machine, that was 2007 I met him. I took the machine to Central Silk Board. Satyavati was IAS officer secretary. She was so happy, she hugged Malaysia and said, I'm a woman, you made for women, this machine will come to Pochampalli. I was thrilled. I just came from system, I still had a hope on IAS officers that time. So, it happened 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, every week I used to remind her, nothing happened. So after 9 months, we applied for a President of India award for Malaysian through National Innovation Foundation. And we received that, he was awarded that. So I sent the fax copy of that to Satyavati. Next day she sanctioned 50 machines. So I realized that formal system understands awards and patents, not innovations. That's the third year or fourth year of our starting.
Can I interrupt you here, sir? Do you think the problem is with the validation? Although she might have understood, the innovation and.
How did he sanction 50 overnight?
Because of the validation, national validation.
No validation. You see,
what means validation?
See, Meraj, we get unnecessaries because we have built up in a system where unnecessary questions are asked and then answers, delays. That's what we use in formal system. See, in the गांव में सिकल है, कुल्हाड़ी है, पानी लाने का धागा है. Who has certified that all these years? Good. Are there not safety items? Who is certified? The users are certified. We got imported idea from there. Science, yes, science is different. But this is, you're seeing it, reality. In my little understanding about this, if there's a reality in front of you and people use it, as long as it is not dangerous to use it. If it's dangerous, we must avoid it. They must use it, and the community head, he has to certify, ये हमारे लिए ठीक है या ठीक नहीं है. And that's the way things went on. And this grassroots innovation should be seen like that. Otherwise, you will keep on getting into bureaucracy and never, they suffer. If that is a priority for you, that people suffer at the cost of procedures, well, that's the way it is. Going back to you, then we realized that awards are important. Then our entire voluntary stream, we started downloading all the awards in the country, and patenting, we made a couple of patent lawyers as volunteers. And 2009 onwards, we started applying for awards. So many. And when the awards came, patents came, then society started, oh, he's got a, Ganesham was also a guest of President of India. He's got a Samsung Award, NABARD Award. We got 2 amazing Indian awards, 3 Padma Shri awards, NASCOM awards. In fact, NASCOM award, we applied for 1, they give 1 more, additional. They say your innovation also addresses SDG. Therefore, a SDG champion was additionally given to the innovator because grassroots innovations, they address 4 SDGs without funding, without planning. Naturally it happens because they are addressing the pains of the people, health of the people, environment of the people, productivity of the people, scientific of the people. They all SDGs are drawn from these factors only. So they don't work out top down, they make the innovation, therefore SDGs are accomplished. What a beautiful thing without funding. But that's the kind of thing can be done. Awards and patents helped a lot for our innovators. Society started recognizing them, society started listening to them, allowing to come to the offices. They were not allowed to come to T-Works and all the offices. No. Appointment hai? Kahan se appointment layenge wo log? So we faced a lot of humiliation. We means on behalf of them, lot of humiliation. Even when I am talking on their behalf, I also had to face humiliation. But I think nevertheless, the effort was worth it. Journey was extremely enjoyable and knowledgeable. My knowledge in the last 15 years or 20 years after retirement is much more about the world than first 60 years of my life. Take it as an honest expression.
How many patents do we have?
Today we have 86 patents, include some of them applied through Policy Yojana, some of them through National Innovation Foundation, some of them innovated directly applied. Altogether 86 of them we have. My engineering college do not have, Usman Engineering College, not so many.
How many innovations we got roughly?
I think we went up to 1,000, but they have become time outdated. So basically about 134 innovations are in the market, and turnover is about 18 crores in the last 3 years. And we got 34 manufacturing establishments in Andhra, Telangana. We did it. We don't go to government, we don't go to CSR, we don't go to banks, we don't go to media, honestly. And Policy Yojana is a voluntary organization, we don't take funds. Still we'll be able to getting it because I thought individuals together are a bigger strength in money, morale, everywhere big moral support, and that's what we have been doing it. We made some policies in a Pennidhi. Pennidhi is God's treasure, Nidhi is human treasure. So we made a Pennidhi. There we present a case of innovator and people listen to it and they contribute directly. It goes to the innovator. With this PSP and is zero interest, we distributed 2 crore rupees till now to the innovators through this policy in a Pennidhi and similar to thing. So we are different work, we are doing it and we are happy about it. And also one thing happens is that you can do without money, without organization, without regulation, without anything. And it's proved in Policy Yojana. I don't know if it can prove outside or not. If you want to prove, my dear friends, you can do it. I can from experience of last 20 years.
Will to fly is more important than wings to fly. So I think it's absolutely doable. I have tried it with my previous initiative at Venture Park, focusing on innovations from tier 2 and tier 3 college students who nobody believes to be innovators. So very much doable. Any more questions from the audience, please?
What do you see as an innovation? Like, how do we define an innovation in that sense?
Okay, thanks for this question. I speak the perspective of grassroots innovators, not our perspective or a formal perspective. All words coming from their perspective, which I presume that we understood fairly well. In innovation, in their view, I generally show two pictures of rickshaw, cycle rickshaw. One picture where an old lady is getting in, and there's a rickshawala plus her grandchildren, two of them, are struggling to put her safely into the rickshaw. Everybody's concerned. It's not easy for them. Nobody knew what's going to happen. There's the pain of society. Now, someone saw the pain around people. The same auto rickshaw, he made two modifications. He or she made two modifications. One is a step, other is a handle. Two things. And in that, when the lady is going up now, everybody is smiling. Instead of 4, there are 3 people. And the time is less. And all of us can see that there is happiness in the innovation. So, what these people think, that there is a pain, there is an unhappiness, there is a time waster, there is a productivity waster. This has to be addressed by innovation, what you make. So it has to be a real application. You modify whatever you want to do it. Physically you do something, then it is addressing the pain, not technology addressing, not money, addressing the pain. Unless that pain goes, you keep doing it. There is no version 1, version, only one version, pain should be 0. That's what these people think. We have various 1, 0, 2, 0, but they don't have that. Pain is a pain. And then finally it should be usable by the people who are supposed to be beneficiaries, affordable by them. And decentralized manufacturers should come in, they'll be able to do it. My dear friends, whatever solution you make, if it doesn't reach the people for whom you made it, then it is no use at all. So it's very important to have affordability and appropriateness and low technology and low things. That happens. If innovation doesn't address pain and bring them some happiness, reduces the pain, brings the happiness, in grassroots knowledge and even personal, I feel it's not innovation. Did I answer it?
First of all, if this has been addressed before, so please excuse me because I was just trying to find the place and I got delayed for the talk. So, sir, my question to you is, I work in the field as a coach and mentor for young people in projects like sustainability and social impact. And so one of the things that we address and try to teach young students, college going or high school students, is what you exactly said in a very simple way, to understand the pain, which is to empathize with the person for whom we are innovating. The class of people who would be the end user, to empathize what they really want. So, but what I also feel when I work with inclusive cohorts, so I'm talking about students coming from marginalized communities, also government colleges, and also from private schools and colleges. The challenge lies that things, they do not have too much exposure or knowledge for things like design thinking and innovation. They don't understand it from that perspective. Because why I'm saying what you said is completely true. On the ground, we don't need maybe anything else, any framework, but to understand the pain of the person, the real problem. But what is seen in larger formal programs and education is that this needs to be communicated as an education to people for them to understand what the framework for innovation is. So I'm very curious, how do you achieve that at the grassroots level for successful innovations to come out of, Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. You are representing with due regards, representing the mindset of the formal system. They think that they know everything. They have ahankar. Sorry, I'm speaking from this is my experience. Ahankar is to show off that I know more, system knows more, what they don't have. Respect villages. You missed my initial things. Respect villages. They are living for ages. We started. Palestinian believes that villages are made by God, the cities are made by humans. Am I right? Then we need both of them. Why are we replacing villages with cities? God has created with so much of nature, so much of regeneration, so much of uncultivated food, and so much of talent they have. Design thinking came now. What happened to our generation? We did innovate. We didn't innovate. Why are we forcing things which are on the timeline, which are aberrations? That's not important. I don't know how many children you have interacted. When you go with a blank mind. Identify the strengths of the children and strengthen the strengths, not the weaknesses. We said they don't have this, they don't have this. No, what they have. The biggest problem today is Indian government and the politicians find the weakness of rural people and try to fill it. Bad approach. That's why you still villages under development. Strengthen their strengths. They have unutilized skills, unutilized surplus resources are there. They have aspirations, they have strengths. Tell me which village all these have been documented? You all say what they don't have. Sorry, with due regard, sorry, that's not the way. If you come with me to village, I'll show you the greatness of the village which we have not seen anywhere. You know, the biggest of labs cannot do what they have done. That's the thing. They do what they have to do. But we go with the preset mind that they don't know anything. एक छोटी सी लड़की बोलती है आदिवासी सेकंड क्लास की, सर my school is small, I need a bigger building, and she didn't stop there. So lift the old building and put the new one down. We all talk about destruction. That girl is not, word is not gone into her head. And what is wrong with it? Tell me who is bigger, who is better? I mean, amazing. One boy says, sir, pocket इधर क्यों है अभी भी? I don't have. So he says, sir, क्यों? The pocket इधर क्यों नहीं है? For 9th class student says in the village. He says, why? Sir, ये phone यहाँ रखते हैं गाँव वाले, उनका जेब इधर ही होता है. They don't have pant pockets. You know, it troubles their heart. But tailors have not changed. We have not changed the pockets shape. The small things, but it's the pains, my dear. All these things you have to know. I for one believe after 20 years of my walking in the villages, it's a great learning for me. I made myself zero. And I just made a statement that what I learned in the last 20 years is much, much more than my first 60 years. Amazing. And I go by that. We can discuss much more. We have done a lot of experiments like that. And they have worked very well. Very well. Leave it to them. Enable them. Don't influence their thoughts. Don't influence their perspectives. Let them to enable them. They get stuck somewhere. Okay, I'll give you that. Move ahead. They do wonders. All the grassroots innovations we have, come and see them. कैसे बने ये? उसका कोई नहीं चाहिए. उनको इंग्लिश नहीं आता, पढ़ना नहीं आता. Malaysian learnt coding by buying the electronics for you book and English Telugu dictionary. And then he learnt and wrote a coding program. 8th class dropout. They have amazing strengths, madam. I hope you don't mind what I'm speaking is.
No, I was curious because this is a challenge. I feel you are saying exactly what I was trying to say. That in cities we are focusing so much on.
You can do it much easier way, provided we change our perspective towards the people. It can be done.
And that I believe demands courage, right? Courage to and accept the fact that we might not know something that we are willing to learn.
You are using very high-sounding words. You have to be human. Just be human here. अभी माँ से बात करते हो तो करेज चाहिए क्या? मामा से बात करेज चाहिए क्या? No, it's not courage. It's what you need. Humanism. Don't play roles. We all play roles. You are playing a CIO, not Meraj. Meraj is different. When you play a role, you have some restrictions and you adhikaram, all those things come up. But you play a human being. Role is part of it. All of us play the roles. When you go, village people don't play roles. They play humans because they have no roles. They are blessed people. Enjoy that, understand this, and learn from them. Amazing learnings. I can keep saying my experiences in the villages. एक 22 साल का लड़का है, Krishna, Nagamohan, 22 years boy in where did he go? Yatra? Anantagiri. That boy got a cycle. He has got a knife sharpener fitted on that, and he drives cycle and goes. He has never went to school, never gone to school. My father interested. Father was doing a job, but he never went to school. Now this man got married. He's got 3 children at the age of 22. Two of them in the schools. Now he cycles almost 3,000 kilometers in a month. 25 days he cycles. He goes up to Pune, he goes up to Ongole, goes up to Hyderabad, goes up to Solapur, and sharpens them, and he earns average 600 rupees per day. And he says, sir, thakta nahi, nahi sir. Daily 25-30 kilometers चलाता हूँ, ज़्यादा नहीं. 100 kilometers per day. Then he said, do the family miss you? No sir, मैं पैसा ना लूँगा तो कैसे पढ़ेंगे? And he is not worried about the uneducated, not worried about the chances, not about the government should help them or a political party help them. He says on his own, he's doing it. tell me, काम करके पैसा कमाना उसका उद्देश्य है. Most of us want to make money with less work. Sorry, that's the situation. And amazing people you find. Then your basics top lower. कैसे कर सकता है ये लड़का? कहाँ से बना हुआ है? ऐसे बहुत सारे examples हैं. You have changed your perspective, madam. That's my request.
We can take one more question. We have a couple of minutes. Yes.
Can you please spell out the website?
Palle Srujana. PALLESRUJANA.org.
Palle Sujana means Palle is village, Sujana is creativity. We believe that villages have creativity. Remember we have individual excellences? The entire Indian system has grown individual excellences, not institutional excellences. गांव में कोई होता था, sex, gender, caste not important. He has a talent, creative talent, so it's patronized by the rich people for the sake of society. And that's why India grew. Till colonials came, they said, no individual excellences, we have institutional excellence. We support the corporate, we support the institute, we support the government. And we lost to creative individuals. They did not come to the institutions because barriers are there. And not very sure that those are the institutions are the best creative people. So we became below average Indians because we lost our individual excellence. Identify them, that's what we try to do. And we found many. Each one is better than any one of us. Sorry for the statements, but this is my conviction.
Hello, yeah. So, sir, I think we all need to understand one thing. Brigadier Ganesham has gone through one of the best systems in the world, that is Indian defense. Having spent there his entire time, his energies when he was very young and all, he is coming on the platform and saying that what I learned these 20 years is much more than what I learned from 60. I think we should stop at that point and introspect and try to get onto the field, do something. Just even the same thing with me, sir. I also spent quite good time in banking. Now I know that we don't know anything, having gone through the systems and rigor. So we need to be in our villages, they can teach many more things. As you said, human beings are there, life is there. So what was there 100 years back, created today, no? And we are not always talking about last 50 years, at the most 70 years. But what happened 500 years back? I'll stop here.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. I guess in the interest of time, I think we will conclude here. And Brigadier is around for offline chat. He'll be more than happy to take more questions and answer it for you.
My thanks on behalf of Grassroots Innovations and Palle Sujana to all of you, especially HLF and the team made it. Thank you, Meraj. You tried to get the best out of me. You tried very well. And very grateful for the questions asked. It will love to have contact with you anytime. I told you, if you want to waste time, waste with us, honestly. Tell me a day before, please come over. We can showcase a lot of grassroots innovations. And that will really spark something in you that this can be possible from the very humble backgrounds. That's what matters. I hope to see you all. Thank you very much. It will be a great day for me.